not an art guy, so I don't look. It's a painting. You know? Like the Mona Lisa don't do that for me, man. First of all, it's a dude, so it's a dude. I mean, what are we talking about? Am I wrong?
No, you talking about the Mona Lisa?
Is the Mona Lisa and it a dude?
No.
The Mona Lisa is a dude. John, am I tripping? I'm tripping.
Yes.
No, man. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Off the Bench. Of course, I'm DeMarcus.
And I'm not John. I'm Ty.
Yes. My boy Ty is back.
Yes.
Everybody. After his, so Ty, what's been going on, man? I haven't seen you in a little while, man. I know you've been busy.
Yeah.
How's everything been going, man?
It's good, man. October flew by, man. This is the best time. You got baseball, World Series, you got basketball kicking off, and then they finna start their play-in tournament or whatever. NFL is mid-swing. NCAA is mid-swing. You finna have NCAA kickoff, towards the beginning of November. So this is like, the sun is going down earlier.
Time change.
Exactly. It's like perfect season.
I agree with you, man. This right now, what we're experiencing in sports, I don't think I can remember a time where sports have been this good across the board.
Oh, don't forget hockey.
That's what I'm saying. So because usually I'm like, all right, I get ready for basketball, football, but I'm watching baseball because baseball, like the World Series is fire right now.
Yeah,
I'm watching hockey, hockey fire right now. Of course, NFL, college. You said college basketball is coming. NBA just started, so we're gonna talk about all those today on today's episode. But before we really get started in today's conversation, make sure y'all click that like button, share button, subscribe, follow us here on our page, so you can keep up with us for our upcoming episodes. So let's get right to it. I know we just mentioned the World Series, man. So what do you think of the World Series so far?
I didn't think the Braves, not the Braves, the Diamondbacks was going to get into it.
I
thought it was going to be the Phillies.
That's what I was kind of
Phillies
going
got
for.
that swagger about them. That,
Bryce Harper and all them. I was really thinking
but,
it was going to be them.
Yeah, so the underdogs got into it. Arizona Diamondbacks got getting into it, and they're going against the powerhouse in the Texas Rangers. They held them to one run last night, but still a good game. It's going to be a good series. I think they take it back to Arizona for 3 games.
So that's where we're going to find out what the Rangers are about in those next 3 games. But like I said, these first 2 games, very excited about it. It lets you know it's going to be a 7-game series. It's going to be exciting. So let's transition now. Let's go to college football, man. So like we're this week, we're going into like the 9th, 10th week of the season. So what do you think of the college football so far right now?
Man, I thought Oklahoma was going to get into it. You know, they beat Texas. Texas beat Bama. It's just a domino effect. And Oklahoma ended up losing to Kansas on the road.
Exactly.
Kansas threw a party on that field after that.
They did, of course.
Pretty sure they're going to pay for it too. But that's you just never know. Georgia beat the brakes off of Florida. But Florida struggles on the roads. Florida State looks good against Wake Forest. Which they should.
They should anyway.
So
and usually that in the last 2 seasons, that's been a struggle for them against them. So to see them come out, and that Keon Coleman, man, he the best wide receiver in the country.
No.
He's the best wide receiver in the country.
No.
Who's better than him?
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Nah.
Oh my God.
No, he's not.
Oh my gosh. Marvin Harrison Jr. is the best wide receiver in the country.
No, he's not. Keon Coleman is the best receiver.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is the best wide receiver.
I would give you, he's right behind him.
No, he's
my second name.
him.
He's my second name. He's not above. So tell me why you think he's above him.
He's just great route running. He can actually catch. Coleman does the little spectacular one-handed OBJ catches.
But he don't drop balls either.
But Marvin Harrison Jr.
It is hard for me because I'm not a Florida State fan. I'm a Miami fan. So this is very.
I hate Ohio State.
So this is tough for me. But you can't knock what Coleman is doing.
Man,
like I say, Harrison's doing good, but Coleman, I just feel like he's doing it against, for one, better competition. Who has Harrison going up against?
Well, they went up against a Penn State cornerback. He's supposed to be a draft pick. But that's it. That's pretty much it.
So that's
Marvin Harrison Jr. he's a dog.
He's a dog.
And I will say this: if he probably wouldn't have got knocked out in that Ohio State versus Georgia game, Ohio State probably would have beat Georgia.
I don't know about that one.
It still lost by a field goal.
They did.
He got knocked out in halftime.
He did.
He was balling that game.
I don't know, but either way, like I said, I'm sorry, I can't agree with that. Coleman is the best receiver.
Marvin Harrison Jr. Okay. Let us know who y'all like.
Yeah, comment down below. Let us know who you think, because like I say, we already know Coleman spectacular catches on 1,000, and then his route running. I mean, just his physical play, his speed. I'm shocked that Michigan State let him come over, like let him transfer.
I mean, you got to. Michigan State is in the toilet bowls right now.
Yeah, but that's still, it's like, man, you can't let that just walk out the door like that. So, so while we're in college football, let's tap in on a particular topic that's been pretty popular on Twitter or X, if that's what you want to call it. And then of course all across the board, all your other media outlets has been talking about this. Let's talk about sign stealing.
Yeah.
So Michigan, Coach Harbaugh and all, and a staffer that's part of his staff they're under investigation right now for sign stealing. So what do you think about sign stealing? You think it's a big deal, or you think like that's just a normal thing for football?
I wouldn't say it's a normal thing for football, but it happens. If you look at the football games and the opposing team that's sitting, that's on the sideline where their benches, they're holding up signs so people from the press box can't look and see what they're calling. But switch it up.
Yeah.
Why are you still running the same plays from week one? Same signs from week one.
Yeah.
That's why you also have 8 people on the sideline calling plays, and they need to know who to look at.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. That's my thing. It's like, to me, I don't think it's a big deal. I think sign stealing, I think just trying to get the competitive edge over your opponent is just a part of sports. It's in basketball the same thing. Like when you go to a game, if you coach at this high school or this college, people go that that work for your staff that go and do scouting on the team. Say, hey, this is what they're running. These are the signs. When they do these signs, that's what they're trying to accomplish. It's just trying to gain a competitive edge, just like anybody would do in any sport. I think it's now, of course, when you start sending people on these type of special ops missions and all that stuff and trying to really infiltrate the program or something like that, then that's too far. But to me, that's a part of the game, man. Sign stealing is a part of it. But like you said, if you got 9 different people on the sideline calling plays, then mix it up. Don't have the same person calling play, and don't call the same play that you call in week 1 and week 9, week 10, week 12. In the college playoffs, you should be always elevating each week, play calling wise, experimenting wise with what you're doing offensively and defensively. So if you're getting, feeling like an unfair advantage because somebody has your signs, and to me, you just got to get better with coaching. That's how I look at it.
For sure.
Because I don't think it's a big deal. But I know the NCAA is really, really, to me, making this a cover story for way too long.
It's probably because it's Harbaugh.
And I think that is too, for him coming off of his suspension. So now it's just a microscope on them anyway. So now the whole sign stealing and him being brought back up into the spotlight, I think that's where it's making a big deal, because that's just normal to me. Because even Nick Saban came out and said it. It's part of it, man. Everybody does it. And if they're doing it to your team, that lets you know how great your team is, how worried they are about your team. If they trying to go out.
Why college just can't go ahead and go to what the NFL does? With the headset in the helmet.
That's it.
Why not?
That's it. That way you stop all the signs. Because then now it's just me and you talking, or me and you and 2 other people.
Me, the OC is talking.
And then on the flip side, in the defense, you got the whoever the captain, linebacker, safety, whoever it is, they talking to the DC. And that's how you kind of kill that.
Kill it.
So I agree with you. I don't foresee anything coming down from the NCAA from this whole situation. But I just think, it's one of those things that shouldn't really be a big deal. So, but y'all comment down below, let us know what you think about the whole sign stealing. Do you see a problem with it? Do you see that it is an unfair advantage for the opposing team, or do you see it just making people more competitive and needing to raise the bar of their coaching styles? So let's transition to the NBA, man. So the NBA, we've gone through the first week of the inaugural season of
good week.
2023. I was very happy with what I saw. So many games to keep up with, so many storylines, so many players coming back, players,
new teams.
So give me your intake or your take on what you saw so far this week.
I thought Phoenix did really well without Bradley Beal
and Booker,
against the Lakers. Lakers might be in trouble this year.
Okay. The West is going to be tight. It's going to be real tight. It's going to be a lot tighter than it was last year.
Memphis, they still don't have Ja.
So they look out of control.
We talked about him, and we kind of made fun of him, but I think he's finally showing that he's actually a number 2 bang. He had 31 in the first game, and I didn't see how much.
No,
he had in the second game.
He's definitely showing that.
Yeah, he's showing that he's actually
solid number 2.
Solid number 2.
Yeah.
Pelicans, I didn't really get the chance to watch them.
Yeah.
OKC
Monster. Shai
might be top 5 right now.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. Top 5 right and now. I don't care. I'm not even talking about guard. I'm just talking about top 5 player.
Yeah.
Top 5 player in the league.
Yeah.
100%.
I know we talked about that last time I was here, and we had him top 10, but he's top 5.
Yeah, for sure.
And what do you think about James Harden?
So me and John on the last episode kind of tapped in on what's going on with him, and I asked John the question, and I asked you the same question after I answered your question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to say, man. It has to be the biggest fall off of a NBA superstar I've ever seen in my life.
I don't think he has the love of the game meant for.
I don't think he does either.
It's just for a paycheck to do everything else that he wants to do.
I can't. And like I said, like I told John, I'll tell you, I understand if you got some personal stuff going on off the court. Mm-hmm. We all, because at the end of the day, they're humans. They have their own struggles, and just because they have a bunch of money don't mean that they don't have problems.
Yeah.
So if that's what's going on, cool. And I hope that gets worked out. But just the way he's going about things, it just shows, like you say, that it feels like this is not important to him no more.
Mm-hmm.
Like basketball is not the be all for him.
No.
Especially since he's not happy there and they don't want to let him go. But to me, it's like, man, you got to remember, you're interviewing for other teams. You claiming you want to go to the Clippers.
Clippers said they don't want him.
Of course.
Yeah.
Why would you?
Yeah.
Because guess what? I got to give up. I got to give up Westbrook. I got to give up Trey Mann. I got to give up
a lot.
So many people that we're building with. And if Paul George and Kawhi can stay healthy all season long, the Clippers gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Because Westbrook balling over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Zubac. Everybody is playing like they're supposed to play right now in these first couple games.
Mm-hmm.
So. And I just think there's not a team out there right now that's like ready to press the panic button to say, you know what, James Harden's going to make us a contender by having him.
Mm-hmm.
No teams like that.
Yeah.
Because even Philly, I mean, playing without him, they look fine.
Tyrese Maxey had 31.
Come on.
31.
We've been saying that. Tyrese Maxey is their new guy.
Yeah.
He can build with Embiid because they have to make sure they handle the situation the right way.
Yeah.
Because if they do not, they're going to lose Embiid. And when they lose Embiid, it's over with.
Yeah.
They're done now.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, Maxey's good, but he's good because Embiid. Mm-hmm. If he's the only focal point, there's no shot of him being the that type of guard. But, yeah, man, so I asked John, you, do you think he's like sabotaging, like ruining his career with the way he's behaving in this situation?
I don't think so. I mean, like you said, as a player, he has a right to voice his opinion and voice what's going on.
Yeah.
He only has less than 10 years left in the league.
100%.
Maybe less than.
I think he got a solid maybe 5 years.
That's what I was going to say. 5.
If he's healthy, solid 5 years of high level basketball.
I wouldn't even say high level. I'll say give him like 2 or 3 years of high level, and then the rest he's just
kind of out there.
Yeah.
So
and like he should be the third option on that team.
Absolutely.
With what Maxey is doing and what Embiid is doing now.
Yeah.
I'm playing Maxey more than I'm
playing Maxey. I'm playing.
And at some point, if he get traded,
put James back into his the two guard off ball spot, and we can get you some isolation moments to where you can get you a bucket or catch and shoot type of stuff or drive and kick type of stuff. But we don't need to have you have the ball in your hand with as the focal point of creating our offense because Maxey is doing phenomenal.
And that's the same thing with the 76ers. Like if he goes over there, there's going to be stagnant ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
They won't stagnant ball, probably not.
No,
because they got 2 of the best. Whatever position they play, small forward, power forward, shooting guard. 2 of the best over there right now. So you're going to be stagnant to them, trying to create your offense with James Harden.
Exactly.
So if I'm Philly, I'm not panicking. Like you just said, I'm just waiting to see what I can give. Clippers said no.
Yep.
Maybe LA can reach out.
Somebody eventually, you get closer to the All-Star break or even this in-season tournament that's starting on the 14th of November. You get to that point, you kind of see where you are as a team, then you make a decision that's best for your team at that point. But right now, if I'm there, I'm not in a hurry to move for him because of the way he's behaving and kind of carrying on about the situation. I'm not in no big rush.
Yes.
Because we got all the power to do what we want to do. Because if no one wants you, then guess what? We can go give up pretty much nothing to get rid of you.
Yes. Yeah.
To somebody that just don't care about their season. They think that they're already on the kind of a downward spiral anyway.
Yeah.
Come on, James. Come on over here and play with us.
Yep.
And then once that season's over, now when he trying to go get a new contract, we'll see who want to take a chance on him at that point.
Sure.
But yeah, it's uncomfortable. But I'm impressed with what I'm seeing from Wemby. I think Wemby did good in his first couple games with us. I mean, I'm just excited. I mean, everybody that's healthy right now. Like I said, I want to see Bradley Beal, but I think Phoenix look good without him.
Yeah.
When he's healthy, and then Devin Booker, whatever he got going on, he get healthy, they're going to be a problem in the West because it's going to be hard to guard them.
Yeah.
But the problem is that they're going to run into is just, like I said, when they get against those teams that have those bigger players that can get up and down the floor, that's when they're going to struggle. All they got really is nurture.
So, I'm pretty sure you watched the first game. What Dame Lillard had 39.
39, yeah.
Is Giannis a 2?
Absolutely. No, he's a 2 now. I don't see. Am I tripping? He's 2 now. He's 2, and Chris Middleton's 3.
Okay.
Chris Middleton used to be 2, but now he's 3. Yep, that's how I see it. Okay. I'm just saying because. Which is not a bad thing for them.
It's not.
It's not a bad thing. It's better for Giannis to be a 2 because now guess what? Now my downhill moments, now my attack moments, now my dominance on the defense end is going to be even more, special because now I don't have to come on the offensive end and be the one that creates and scores and do everything. Yeah. I got somebody that can do it from 35, 40 feet from the basket, get to the basket. I mean, I want to say he didn't miss a free throw that game.
Yeah.
So now you got somebody that it's going to be high percentage from the free throw line. And then, like I said, I looked on the other side. I saw Drew with Boston. Like I said, it's early.
It still look good to me.
It's early. It look good, but I still see he's trying to find where he fits on that team because he's never played with 2 dominant guards.
Yeah.
Like he's like Brown and like Tatum.
Yeah.
Because in Milwaukee, he didn't have a dominant guard next to him. He just had a kind of a wing player in Middleton, but then of course Giannis was just their force. So I think that's a learning curve he's going through. But I eventually think they'll be all right. They still top 2 in the East.
Yeah.
With Milwaukee.
Yeah.
But I think right now, Dame is putting a spotlight on, man. I'm thankful to get out of Portland.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to do everything I can to help us get in a position to play for a championship.
Yeah.
So I like what I see from Dame.
Yeah. Giannis 52. Is it 52 million?
He getting $62 million.
62.
Yeah, because he signed a 3-year, 186.
Okay.
Yeah, him and AD signed the same contract.
Okay, so AD signed that too?
Yeah, he signed
Anthony Davis?
Yeah, Anthony Davis. He signed a 3-year, 186.
About walked off the show right
now. Yeah, he signed a 3-year, 186. That's why he been getting so much heat because you're a $62 million man now, man. You can't be. Yeah, $62 million a year, bro. The Lakers pay him. Yeah.
So I think they matched up their contracts too. Both of them went in the same year. What do you see their future at?
Who, Milwaukee?
Yeah. With those 2 in the salary cap. We always talk about salary cap.
Yeah, salary cap, yeah.
So
I feel
you got
like
Dame making between 2 players they
got $100 million.
Probably close to 120.
120 million. Yeah.
So
I think they're gonna be competitive, of course. I think that window of them winning championships is now. I mean, the next 2 to 3 years, because like I said, because of the salary cap, because of how much money they're paying these dudes.
And that's not including Chris Middleton.
It's not, exactly. That's not including Chris Middleton. You still got to try to keep Bobby Portis because he's going to be he's a hot commodity already right now. Brooke Lopez, Robin Lopez. So, and the good thing about them right now, they got a lot of young guys that's getting paid, minimum contracts. So right now it's okay, but if they don't win in the next 2 or 3 years, it's going to be a struggle for them.
Yeah,
it's going to be a struggle for them because there's going to be so much money tied up into them. And I think that's what their goal is. And that's why he signed a 3-year deal. In the next 3 years, I want to win another championship or possibly 2 championships.
Yes.
Which I believe if they can keep that type of team they have now, they're going to be a real threat to Denver. Because I think Denver's the best in the West right now based on how they're looking. Because they just look, I don't see where you can hurt them.
Yeah. Because if you hurt one, they still got 3 more coming at you.
Because Aaron Gordon has went over there and became a completely different player that I never thought he could ever be. Because, in Orlando, I would say that sometimes, being on the wrong team, drafted the wrong team, it hurts a player's, look. And he had that same look. Like, it was like, man, he just think he can shoot everything, score everything. Now he coming over there playing defense, running the floor.
He know his role now.
He know his role.
He doesn't have to have
KCP know his role.
Yeah, he doesn't have to have that weight of the franchise.
Michael Porter Jr. know his role. And then, of course, you got the 2-headed monster in Murray and Jokic that can't be stopped.
Yeah.
So, and then they still got a strong bench.
Mm-hmm. So, a young strong bench.
Yeah. So, they lost some key players, but then like I said, I don't really see no drop off in that team. Mm-hmm. And I mean, there's a lot of teams in the West that are going to be fighting to get to their spot, but I just still think Denver's, to me, the overall favorite in the West.
Yes.
And then overall favorite to repeat.
Yeah.
But like I say, depending on how well Milwaukee can gel, Boston looks good with Porzingis,
mm-hmm.
with Holiday, depending on how that battle goes in the East,
they
can really compete against
Yep.
And don't get me wrong, I think Miami still is a threat in the East too, because they always sneaky towards the end of the year.
I think so too, but I think these two, Boston and Milwaukee, I think with what they got in the offseason, separated themselves.
Absolutely.
Because Miami didn't do anything.
Yeah, Miami didn't do nothing. Yeah, nobody really did nothing. Charlotte didn't do nothing. Yeah. Nobody made a drastic change enough for you to put them. Mm-hmm. You had the Chicago Bulls. Game 1, we need to have a team meeting. and the next game, Zach LaVine go for 50 and they still lose. So they got a lot going on in Chicago. So, but that's what I'm saying. Like, just the theater of what we're seeing these first 4 games of the year, it just lets you know basketball is going to be amazing. This season. So I'm excited about that. So, all right, man. So let's transition to. Hold on, what we got here? Let's go into So I'm sure we've talked about this off the camera. We talked about this in previous episodes too, about NIL deals, right? Mm-hmm. And how we felt like college. Definitely thumbs up for it. Definitely needed for the college player. But now I'm starting to see rumblings and stories of it going into high school.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the NIL deal coming to the high school level?
I don't think it's a bad thing, bad idea. I know it's going to help persuade players to go to this certain school.
Certain high schools, yep.
Hey, I'm Team Adidas.
Yep.
You're a top 5 player.
I got Snickers over here waiting on you.
I got sneakers, Kansas over here. They're Adidas too. Yeah. Let's bring this partnership together.
Yep.
So that's going to be one thing that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Money-wise, it's going to be good for the youth.
Mm-hmm.
Now you already see these kids, 16, 17s driving 2022 Dodge Chargers and stuff like that. Yeah. So, I mean, it's happening under our eyes, whether we know it or not, but it's happening.
Oh, it's definitely, recruiting happens regardless of if there's actual endorsements of it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're just going to see on such a larger scale for the ones that have that power, that have that connection, that have that resource. They're going to be stealing a lot of the players to come to this school, the IMGs of the world, these other, private sector schools.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to really start to see just an influx of players.
Yeah.
Because they can offer, because I've heard in college now, like certain college players, they won't even talk to coaches. Hey, man, it's 10 bands, it's 20 bands to talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
For me to come, transfer to your school. So it's going to be, I feel like it's going to do the same thing in high school.
Yeah.
You're going to have high school guys like, man, hey, if you want me to come to your school, you got to, what y'all paying?
Mm-hmm.
And then the parents aspect of it.
Yeah.
Parents are already too heavily involved in a lot of process when it comes to sports, especially when their kid is a special kid.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're trying to tell me you're finna have millions of dollars, hey, coming into the school because of my son, because of my daughter.
Yeah.
What do y'all,
I mean, they already was going through the numbers, and I think Bronny or Mikey Williams at the time was number 1.
Yeah.
And then I think the young lady from Cal, she went to Sierra Canyon and she committed to USC. I think she was top 5.
Yeah.
With NIL deals coming out of high school.
Coming out of high school, yeah.
Some states and sports are already allowing it to happen. It's just a matter of how far it's going to go worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, it's going to help with recruiting.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's going to have these, like I said, these recruiters. Hey, I'm Team Jordan, signed Team Jordan out of high school.
Absolutely.
My high school had Jordan uniforms, so I'm finna go play for Florida. They got Jordan and everything else. So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen, and like I said, I don't know what the future looks like with it a part of the high school, because then eventually I feel like it's gonna trickle down into the middle school age.
I don't think it should go that far. I think it should be an age limit on it.
Well, I mean, if you got the players,
I think it should start at 16 to 18.
So like 9th grade and up.
I mean, if you're 16 and 9th grade, yeah. So I think 16 to 18 is 16. You should start talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
18 is where you can sign.
Okay. So have a age,
or senior year.
So have an age requirement. So like 16, you're eligible to be talked to, and kind of building relationship and
same thing with your offers.
Yeah, exactly.
You can start your sophomore year. End of your sophomore year.
Ready to commit to a school.
Yeah, so that's when you can be able to make these decisions. But these decisions they shouldn't be so heavy though.
No, I agree.
Because it's like I'm not going to commit to Team Adidas for 10 years, or pretty much from high school all the way through my whole years of college. Like I shouldn't be able to be in that long-term commitment because I signed that when I was 18.
Yeah, it should be. I think whatever deals are being offered to these players, women and men, it should be short-term. Because like I said, it should be or a year-to-year basis type thing. Because like I said, life changes, things happen. Yeah. You move, you go here, you go there. You have an opportunity to play this school, but then so it's like the different dynamics and demographics of what you're dealing with. I think should be the influence of how long the contract is. But like I say, I definitely agree with you. It shouldn't be no 10, 15-year deal where you're stuck in this deal that, and then, every year people change and mature differently. Yeah. So you don't want to be stuck in something that you agreed to at 17, 18 years old, and now you're 25 and you can't maneuver somewhere else. No, I agree with you on that. They should definitely try to implement some type of age stipulation or requirement in order for the kid. Also, you want to make sure the kid is, somewhat mature enough to understand what they're getting involved with. Because, at that middle school age, parents are really there to be all of what's going on. At least in high school, the kid can still have some opinion about, hey, I want to do this, mom or dad or, coach or whatever program they want to be a part of. They have somewhat of a say-so. But I'm curious to see what it's going to do, man. But I do think it's going to impact a lot of high schools, especially the high schools that don't have the resources that these other high schools will have coming to them. So I'm curious to see how that impacts, especially in our area too as well, because I know the shot clock's coming to our area.
I like that.
Which I love.
What is it going to be for y'all?
It's going to be 30 seconds. 30-second shot clock.
Dang.
Yeah, so they're going to do college. Okay. Now I know out west they do 20. I think they do 24 shot like the NBA. Yeah. So, but either way, it's just to speed the game up, man, because they want to see more scoring. Tired of seeing these high school games with 30 to 40 points. Yeah. And that's because a lot of times teams kind of take the air out the ball when they know the game's over. With the shot clock, you constantly moving, constantly going, which is going to elevate scoring. And I think that the IQ level will elevate from it. Yeah. Because now you got to really be thinking. Yeah. Pretty quickly, make decisions pretty quickly. Yep. And then your more talented players, I think now they'll be more showcased because of the fact now we're on a shot clock situation.
Yep, for sure.
But yeah, that's coming. And then like I said, as the NIL deals start to really spread into the high school, across the country, I'm curious to see how it's going to affect. But I've talked to a couple of not college coaches, but high school coaches in the area, and it is a concern for them because you start losing. It's because I think more so if you start losing players. Yeah. The ones that's gaining them, they're not going to be pressed. But the ones that's losing them, because you kind of build your program around the individuals, and then boom, just like that, they're gone overnight because of a deal that was able to be, had.
Come over here, we can get you the IMG.
Exactly.
I think it's going to come down to how good of a coach are you as well. So are you really building that relationship with the player and with the family to be? Because some of these coaches are out here grooming this. Oh, man, I can't wait to 2030 when I get this little young 8th grader coming in. He's gonna be starting on my varsity. Like,
they already.
Worry about what you have right now.
Yeah,
on your
exactly.
Team.
Yeah.
Not your 6th grade team that you're hoping that you coach
you can get them to all come here to your high school. Absolutely. Because the chances of that is very slim to none. That all 12 kids don't come to your high school. Yeah. Because each parent, especially now with the way this environment about to change, we ain't going over there. We going over here. Yeah. I love you, coach, but we got Nike over here, or we got whatever the endorsement that I'm going to have is going to be over here. So that's why I'm saying I'm curious to see how that's going to all play in this part. But man, I think basketball this year, high school, college, NBA, is going to be grand for sure. But I'm excited, man. I think right now, this time of year, man, it's just a perfect time for us to be, watching sports. And of course, like I told John, like I tell everybody every time you watch it, we also part of this podcast, we know that there's other things going on in the world around us that we need to shed light on. So, prayers for Israel and everything they got going on. Prayers for Maine with their, the most recent shooting that happened. And I heard they end up finding the guy dead. So, prayers for that, because there's a lot of things going on in our country that we need to really pay attention to and really make active steps to changing. Mm-hmm. And I know sports is kind of a diffuser to try to distract us from a lot of those things. Mm-hmm. But I don't want us to ever forget on our podcast how important those things are.
Yeah. And like I always say, my last few episodes is prayer for Steve Perkins and his family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still fighting that battle as well. Yep. Like we said, it's a world, but sports is the common thing that brings us all back down and settle down. We seen it with COVID. 2020.
Yeah, absolutely.
The world shut down.
Yeah,
and then sports brought us all back together.
Yeah.
So
I got you. So real quick, man, did you see the Tyson Fury fight?
I seen the knockdown.
We're gonna table that for another conversation. I just wanted everybody to and comment down below, let you know what you thought about that fight, because I have so much to say about that fight, and I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna button my lip, and I'm gonna hold my tongue, because I know I can get into it. This is gonna become one of my famous rants. So, but yeah, we're gonna talk about
it. It was a money grab.
Yeah, that part too. So we're gonna talk about that on our next episode. So make sure you stay tuned for the next episode. But yes, that I have a lot to talk about in stature of the boxing.
Yeah.
Now with that, the combat sports, we're gonna talk about all that. So, but as always, man, we want to thank y'all for tuning in for today's episode. Make sure you comment down below. Let us know what you thought about today's episode. Continue to like, comment, share, subscribe to us, follow us on our Facebook page, and subscribe to us on our YouTube channel.
What's our sponsors?
Oh, and shout out to our sponsors as always, Play Sports Pools, and then also Transformation Church for all they do to make the podcast what it is. We thank y'all very much for your support.
Yep, follow them, Transformation Church Pensacola.
Yep, Transformation Church Pensacola, not the one in Oklahoma. No, nothing against them, but they're not us.
Yes.
Transformation Church in Pensacola, and then also Play Pool Sports as well. Make sure you go on the website, check it out. It's got some great stuff on there. If you're into playing and betting on sports, that's the place to go. So as always, we want to thank y'all, but we'll see y'all on the next episode. Until then, y'all have a great day. Peace.